Where's the project? This week I want to talk about transparency in our project management. If you want to grow as a creative leader, visibility on what you're doing is a key element of that. Ministry leaders have a lot of things going on. A lot of times they're juggling serious things too. They have a funeral they're preparing, they're preaching on the weekend, they had 3 volunteers call out sick. Whatever the problem is that they're facing, it's taking space in their mind. For you as a creative leader, you can help with that. You can help by giving them visibility on the projects that you're doing for them. I'm a firm believer in the 4 cores of the creative. There are 4 different elements that make up every creative in terms of being successful in the job that they're in. This means that you need to be energized in those areas, you need to be invested in those areas, but you also need to be growing in those areas. This week, the area in particular I want to focus on is systems. Your systems are a piece of the way that you lead as a creative. And when you build transparency into those systems, you're now easing the tensions of everyone else around you on the team. As you do that, you're better to work with, you're more brought into conversations. People want you to be a part of what's happening because you're giving them clear information. I don't like going to the mechanic. I always feel like the bill's gonna be $20,000. It never is. But I always worry that there's some major problem that's gonna happen when I take my car in. Transparency fixes that. Hey Matt, this is what we have going on. This is all we're gonna be doing. We're gonna do a look over and see if we find anything. But other than that, this is all you're gonna get done today. Oh, all right, that's helpful. I mean, it makes sense that the oil change people aren't gonna also rebuild the engine. When you don't have clarity on how a department runs or how an industry functions, you kind of go to the worst case scenario. I do that with mechanics. Sometimes I do that with doctors. I'm not a doctor and I'm not a mechanic. If I'm working with a designer, I know exactly how the project should go because that's where I come from. I'm a designer by trade. So for you as a leader, you want to bring other people not into the nuts and bolts of your process, but into the parts of the process that impact them. Hey, I'll have a proof for you by Friday. Hey, I'm sending it to the printer on Wednesday. Hey, I'm expecting this to be back in hands by next Tuesday. Whatever the timelines are, giving people visibility is a surefire way to help you be a better leader in your organization.